All right, everybody. It is Cinephile Mike here with day 18 of the awards season reviews. And we are moving towards the second half of documentary week. Today I am talking about HBO Max's Apolonia. Written, directed, and featuring, I'll get to that in a moment, Leah Glob. Apolonia chronicles a 13-year picture of the life of Apollonia Sokol, the renowned French figurative painter. Now, the film currently has an international box office return of $6,207 and no domestic information released as of yet. And now, as of this week, this film is another one of the 15 shortlisted documentary features fighting for one of those 5 Oscar slots, and may have a good chance as it was nominated for Best Documentary at the IDA Awards, and I've already spoken about that a few times, as well as 3 other awards at the IDA nominations for Best Director, Best Writing, and Best Editing. So award season journey for this film is still going. It was also nominated for Best Documentary at the Gotham Awards. So this is one that people are talking about. And it's unique because it kind of breaks your documentary tradition a bit. Normally documentary filmmakers, they have an interest in the topic, obviously, or they're a fan of the subject and may speak with them, but we often don't see much interaction to the point where they're almost another character in the documentary. And writer-director Leah Glob does that here, which is not in the norm. The film actually opens with a bit of backstory on Glob, how her grandfather was a painter, but she loved the camera and she eventually made it to film school. She loved painting pictures with the camera. And now, once there, she was assigned a project where she had to portray a real person. So she had heard about an aspiring artist who had grown up in a theater in Paris, and that was Glob's inspiration. And Apollonia welcomed her and, gave her full access to her whole life. And Glob followed her over the course of 13 years. Not only does Glob interact with the subject, but we see the impact that each of these women has on the other's life as a result of this relationship. And for the better part of these 13 years, they are constantly together. I mean, this film, truly, if you think of, the definition of portrait of a young artist, that's what we have. Apollonia Sakal is presented as an artist who, in fact, was in some ways ahead of her time. Without spoiling too much, we'll see how her work takes her from France to New York to Copenhagen to Los Angeles, amongst some other places, as well as seeing, those people who felt, your talent quite isn't where it needs to be, and how that quickly spins. Now, Glob had 13 years of footage to comb through for this, and she really did choose the right ones to really, present this clear picture. She shows the ups and the downs that Apollonia goes through and invites us into all of the successes and all of the heartbreak. Unlike yesterday's documentary on Nikki Giovanni, Apollonia has no problems answering questions, sharing her views, and bearing herself entirely. Take that as you will. We will see how different individuals come into and out of her life as sponsors and advocates for her, as well as the friends that are there for her in her life. And some of these, relationships are painted quite uniquely, especially including the working relationship Apollonia has with the infamous Stefan Simkowitz. Now, for those in the know, there could be a whole documentary on Simkowitz alone. For those that are not, well, in 2014, the New York Times named Simkowitz the art world's patron Satan. So if that doesn't intrigue you. One of the other relationships that the documentary touches on is that of the young Ukrainian artist Apollonia meets and kind of adopts as a younger sister, Oksana. And this relationship is lovingly explored throughout the film as well, and we see how this impacts Apollonia's life. And additionally, while all this wonderment is happening, it has to be said, Glob doesn't shy away from presenting the harder moments that Apollonia has to go through. Nothing is taboo. The portraits captured through Glob's lens show the relationship that, all these women, Glob, Apollonia, Oksana, have on one another, and how, life changes. It's inevitable and it's constant. We don't expect it, but we have it. All facets of the film are well done, and so the nominations it's received are not shocking to me at all. The subject matter also is traditionally one that usually the Academy does recognize, so should Apollonia gain one of those 5 slots, I would not be surprised. For me, the film is a very strong 4 out of 5 stars. Glob does a good job of not just inviting us to see Apolonia, but really opening a window for Apolonia to invite us into her orbit. Now, currently, Apolonia has a few select screenings that have popped up recently here in New York, but not, nationwide. And again, no streaming information as yet. Although it does sometimes seem to have a connection with Mubi, so it is possible it could show up there. But as with most of the other documentaries this week, it is available till the end of the calendar year 2023 on the IDA's website in their screening room. Should this garner one of those 5 nominations, screenings will become available, and I will make sure to share that information. All right. Thank you for joining me today. For my new subscribers, welcome. For those that have been with me, thank you for the support. Now, as of this recording, there are 26 followers. Again, this review was recorded a couple days ago because we're getting ready for the holidays. My goal, I've shifted it a bit. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the time we get to the Oscars and wrap this season. So please spread the word, share the reviews, share your favorite one. Make sure to comment on the review. Let's bring more people into our orbit. Now you can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can compare film reviews with me on Letterboxd. All hyperlinks are in the channel bio above. Also, we are coming to a close because Christmas is almost here. So the 12 days of Christmas movie reviews in 25 words 2023 edition is on Facebook and Instagram. All right. See everyone tomorrow as we continue the journey. But until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying, take a break and watch something new.